Let me know when we're good. Brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us today on this Sunday at 4 p.m. in London. I'm really excited to be here with you for this next 45 minutes to an hour. And what this hour is about is this is really for your kids. So if you're a kid over, this is for you. If you're the parents right now, this is for your children. One of the biggest gifts that we can actually give our child is the power of a growth mindset where they know that there's abundance in this world, where it's a great world, where they can be energetic, where they can be positive. So that's what the next 45 minutes is going to be about. Just a couple of things before we start. I'm going to be going through quite a lot. I want you to have a piece of paper and a pen with you, and I want the whole family to join in. Okay, so it's not just for the kids, but it's really for the whole family, because this is a family thing. To have the whole family here, pen and paper, everyone take part in this together. And one of the main things is that I'm going to be giving you a lot. So don't spend all the time writing this down. There's going to be specific things I want you to write down, which I will ask you to. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a link on there in a minute. If you can click on that link, put your email address on there, I will send you a copy of the notes from here to your email address. And also, some of you have been asking what else I can do with your kids. So I've been thinking about maybe having kind of a 1-month program with your kids. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of that down in an email with the notes. So send me your email address. I'm going to put the link on there on the chat, and then we'll take it from there. So I'm here with my youngest, Uzair, okay? And so we're doing this together. And so what I'd like you to do is I'd like to make sure that you're with your families right now. So if mom and dad are in the room with you, if mom and dad are in the room with you, just make sure that everyone's together, and let's get started, okay? So I'm just going to give you just about 10 seconds to grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, and then we're going to go. Great. Great. Okay. Right. Okay, fine. So I hope you've got a piece of paper and a pen. Right. So everything. Okay, so kids, I want you to pay so much attention. I want to get you really, really energetic. So the first thing I want you to know that in life, there's an energy scale of between 1 and 10, where 1 is over here and 10 is over here. And what most people do in life is they play life over here. But if you're here and you're listening to this, and you've got parents who've told you to listen to this, then you are one of the people who live life over here on the really high energy place. When you live life over here, this is where you get everything you want out of life. The great exam results, the great health, all the abundance in the world, or everything which you wanted lives over there, but most people live over here. So what I'm going to be doing is today, we've got like 244 families tuning in right now. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you for being here. So I want to take you on a journey of how to go from here to over here. So from time to time, I'm going to be giving you some really, really golden nuggets of information. And I want to make sure that they stick. And the only way that they stick in here and they stick in here is when you make a bit of noise. So what I want you to do is, I know I can't hear you, but I really can hear you because you're on YouTube. So from time to time, I'm going to get you to just put your hand up and say a loud, yes, Mahmood. Okay? So I want you to say my name with a really loud yes, so I know that you really understand what I'm saying. So if we're going to live over here on this energy level 10, let's get that started from now. And it's not about being embarrassing. I just want you, and in a minute, I'm gonna be really getting you to have a lot of energy. So let's start now. So what I want you to do is, number 1, on the count of 2, you're gonna put your hands up, your arm in the air, and say a really loud, yes, Mahmood. Okay, really loud, yes, Mahmood. Let's say 2 of them in 2 seconds, okay? So 2, 1, yes, Mahmood. Yes, Mahmood, fantastic, thank you, okay? So now, here's what this is about, okay? So let me tell you a story about this young boy. And there was this young boy who was sitting on the park bench. And this young boy was really unhappy But even he didn't know why. He just didn't feel right. So this old man came up to him, and this old man said to him that, look, let me help you. What's wrong? So the kid goes, you know what? I don't know what's wrong. I'm just a bit bored. I'm a bit lost. I've got nothing to do. And I just need a bit of help. And the old man said, you know, I can help you. I can help you 100%. And the little boy goes, how can you help me? And the man goes, what I want you to do is tomorrow morning at sunrise, I want you to meet me in the forest. And the little boy's like, why are you telling me to come and meet you at sunrise in the forest? The old man goes, don't worry, just be here. He goes, okay, fine. So the morning comes and this young boy turns up to the forest. And this old man didn't tell him, but this old man's a lumberjack. And what a lumberjack is a lumberjack is someone who cuts down trees. So the lumberjack, he gives him an axe. And the old man keeps an axe and says, do you know what we're going to do? We're going to cut down trees today. All day, from sunrise till sunset, we're going to cut trees. And the person who cuts the most trees wins. And the young boy's like, you didn't call me for this, did you? You didn't call me to make me work. You said you were going to help me. The boy said, look, I'm younger than you. I'm faster than you. I'm stronger than you. I'm more agile than you. So obviously I'm going to win. The old man goes, okay, fine. So let's cut down trees. So they all start cutting down trees. And what the young boy sees is he sees this old man every hour. He's taking a 10-minute break. So the boy knew he had won. Sunset came, and what they did is they counted up the trees. And to the boy's amazement, the old man actually won. The old man, even though he'd taken those breaks, he cut down more trees. And the young boy gets angry. He goes to him, look, how did you do this? I'm younger than you. I'm faster than you. I'm smarter than you. How did you cut down more trees than me? And what the old man did is he said, come and sit next to me. And then he put his arm around his neck like a dad would to a son. And he goes to me, do you know that break I was taking every hour? Do you know what I was doing? Guess what he was doing? He was sharpening his axe. Right? Sharpening his axe. And see, what we need to do in life is what sharpening our axe means is that we need to become smarter. We need to learn more. We need to read more books. We need to think differently. So today, what I want to give each and every one of you, there's over 300 people here right now. What I want to give each and every one of you is I want to be able to sharpen your axe today. I want to be able to sharpen your axe. And by the time you finish with me, in about 45 minutes, I want to give you so much that your life can actually be amazing. It's probably really amazing right now, but I just want it always to be amazing. Okay, so again, what I've done is I've put a link on the chat box. So everything I'm saying to you, you don't need to write it down. I'm going to ask you to write some things down, but you don't need to write anything down. If you just put your email address, just click on that link, give me your email address. I will send you notes from this, so you don't need to write it down. And also, some of you have asked if I can do something on a bit of longer term, maybe a month, to actually give your kids some mindset training for a month. So I'm thinking about what I can do. So I'll put that down on the email as well. So just click on that link. And don't worry about writing anything. I just want you to listen. Right. Okay. So let's get started. So on the count of 5, what I want you to do is I want 3 loud yes, Mahmood. Uzair's going to be doing it here. Okay. So on the count of 5, I want 3 really loud yes, Mahmoods. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, Mahmood. Yes, fantastic. Yes, Mahmood. Brilliant. Okay. And I hope you've all done that at home, because I want to make sure that you've got the energy going through you. And I want to make sure that you've got so much energy in you. Right. Okay. So I want to tell you about 3 types of people in this world. There's everyone in the world, no matter what color you are, no matter what religion you are, no matter wherever you come from, there's 3 types of people in this world. And I want you to know who these people are. The first type of person is a lion. And a lion is what everyone wants to be, because these are the big, confident animals out there. They've got this big lot of fur on them, so anything which hits them, it bounces off them. No, they don't mind what people say to them. They go out there and they get everything they need to do. Why? Because they're lions. They're the ones who build big businesses. They're the ones who read lots of books. They're the smartest people in the world. They're the people who we sometimes call the leaders of our world, right? And these people are the lions, like your parents, right? They're the lions that they go out there and every day they're hunting to make sure that they can come home and they can look after you. So the first person in life is a lion, okay? And the second type of person in this world is a sheep. Now, a sheep is a person who would like to be a lion, but sometimes they don't feel that they've got the confidence to do so. That they're the people who follow someone else. The sheep sometimes, if something goes wrong, they don't stand up and speak up for themselves. What they do is they just listen. And they said, I don't want to say anything because I'm embarrassed, or people might laugh at me, or I'm not good enough. And that's what the sheep people are. And in this world, we do need some sheep. But the problem with being a sheep, and I'm telling you this now because you're so young, that when you get older, a lot of the older people you speak to, they will regret and say, I wish I'd done more of the things I wanted to do. I wish I had played that sport. I wish I'd done better in my exams. I wish I maybe had got that job. And they say, I wish, I wish, I wish. But the bottom thing is they wish they'd actually become that lion. So right now, you're so young and you're watching this. I wish that I knew this at your age. That this is the age when I want you to know that you're the lion. And today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the 4 steps of how you can become a lion. And if you put these 4 things into action from today, you're going to be that lion. Right now, you may be a cub. Okay, so you're that lion who's growing, and that's okay. And your parents are the lions right now. But I want you to grow up every day, every day, every day, becoming strong like that lion. So you may be thinking, well, Mahmoud said there's 3 types of people. He's only told me 2. He's told me the lion and he's told me the sheep. What's the third one? The third one, I don't really want to tell you about, but I'll tell you. And the third type of person is a snake. And you never want to be like a snake. You never want to have any friends like snakes. What snakes are is they're people who'll always tell you you can't do things. There'll always be people who put you down. There'll be the people who poison you, like snakes poison people. They're the people who poison you. And the thing is that they may say that they're your friends, but really they're a snake. So what you need to do is you need to look and see the people around you, the people who tell you to do something, but they don't really do it. The people who put you down, the people who tell you to do bad things. They may tell you to, watch bad movies or drink bad stuff or smoke and things like that. But these people are snakes. And what you need to do is you need to make sure all 365 of you who's watching me right now, you need to make sure that you do not have any snakes in your life. And never will you be a snake, ever, 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 because now you know what a snake is. But also now you know what to look out for. So each and every one of you who are watching me now, I don't even want you to be a sheep. I want you to be a lion. And a lion is a powerful animal. It's a powerful person who has so much confidence, who will stand up and say whatever they have to say. They won't care about anything because all they know is that they're a lion. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tell you the 4 things which you need to do to be able to be a lion. Who wants to hear those 4? On a count of 3, let's get too loud. Yes, Mahmoud. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Yes, Mahmoud. Yes, Mahmoud. Fantastic. Brilliant. Okay, so if you want to be a lion, the first thing is we need to understand what is a lion. So you see, the lion is the king of the animal kingdom. But sometimes I wonder, right? Why is the lion the king of the animal kingdom? Because the lion's a little cat. The lion's not the tallest, he's not the largest, he's not the strongest, he's not the fastest, he's not even the smartest animal in the animal kingdom. So why is the lion the king? The lion's not as tall as the giraffe, he's not as large as the rhino, he's not as strong as the elephant, he's not even as fast as a cheetah. And he's not even as smart as the hyena. So why is the lion the king? Why is it that when the lion goes up to the elephant's scared of the lion? Why? And do you know what it is? It's because of one thing. Yeah, some of you have got it. Some of you have already got it. Because when the lion goes up to the elephant, the lion only thinks of one thing, and that's food. The lion believes that it can eat the elephant. That's it. It's belief that he believes it. And the elephant believes that he can be eaten. That's why the lion's the king. And what that means is that you right now need to believe that you can do anything you want to do. You want to be a great basketball player? You want to be a great football manager? You want to be a great football player? You want to be a doctor? You want to be a lawyer? You want to be a great speaker? You can do anything you want. And to become like the lion, the first thing you need to do is have that belief. But then the next thing is, how does the lion get that belief? And the way the lion gets the belief and the way that we're going to build up that belief is through one way. And it's firstly, the first key, the first secret of being like a lion is when we can be grateful for everything that we have in our life, for everything God, the world has given us. When we can be grateful for everything we have, that's what builds our self-belief. That's what allows us to become like the lion. So we can be grateful for so much. You can be grateful for your parents, for your eyes, for your nose, for your ears, for the oxygen we have, for the health you have, for the food you have, for the house you have, for the siblings you have. Even though they get on your nerves a lot, you can still be grateful for them, right? So what we're going to do now is I'm going to do our first exercise. So on that piece of paper and on that pen, with that pen, for 1 minute, and I'm going to time it here, I'm going to get you to write down everything that you can be grateful for. Okay. And even pick things which you wouldn't have normally thought of, like your eyes and your nose and your ears and the air you have and the money you have and your parents and your siblings and the food you have. So what I want you to do is I want you to spend 1 minute just write and just write. And Uzair's going to be he's going to be writing as well. Okay. And I want your parents to tell you as well. I just want everyone, and even parents, why don't you join in? Why don't you get a piece of paper and a pen? And why don't you write down everything? Because everything here is totally relevant for adults as well. But this is super relevant for the kids out there because I want each and every one of you to be like a lion. So for 1 minute in a moment, what I'm going to get you to do is just write. Keep writing as fast as you can and make me a list of, for 1 minute, everything in your life that you can be grateful for. On the count of 5, let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Brilliant. Okay, so let's write. So what I want you to do is I want you to write everything that you can be grateful for. How many people have put you in? Brilliant. We've got over 350 families joining in. How amazing is this? Okay. So just write down, Uzair, write down everything you can be grateful for. From your eyes to your nose, to your ears, to your mouth, to your health, to your parents, possibly even to your siblings. Okay. Possibly. Okay. That's a bit of a stretch for you, I know, but we will go for siblings. Everything that you can be grateful for. And just write and write and write. And you're halfway through already. So just keep on writing. Just keep on writing. Just keep on writing. Brilliant. And it's a really amazing exercise where you can keep just writing and writing everything you can be grateful for. Brilliant. So I'm going to give you 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Okay, now just put your pen down and I want you to look at me. Okay. So what you should have done now is you would have written down a list of everything that you can be grateful for. Now, do you know what I said at the beginning? The energy is between 1 and 10. Now, what I want to do is I want to make sure that these gratitude points, these things you can be grateful for, are hardwired in, because you need them to be hardwired in your body so every day you can be grateful. So what we're going to do, now this is going to be a bit crazy, but I'm going to be doing it here as well. So as I do it here, I want you to do it at home. And I want a promise from you. Tell me you promise that you are going to do this, that you are going to do exactly now what I ask you to do. And what I'm going to get you to do in a moment is I'm going to get you to stand up and I'm going to get you to shout and scream as loud as you can these gratitude points. So I'm going to show you what it's like. So let's go, okay? So on the count of 5, not yet, you're going to stand up with your hands up. You go, I'm grateful. I'm brilliant. I'm so thankful for my parents, for the air, for the health I've got, for the money I've got. And I just want you to really, really go loud. I know this is going to be strange, but I told you that by the end of this hour, I want you to feel totally different. So I want you to get your parents up, get your grandparents up, get whoever's with you. The kids, I want you standing up, and I want you to really shout these out, okay? So shout out all your gratitude points. You can hold that piece of paper, get one hand up, and scream. Let the neighbors hear you. Lift the roof up from wherever you are, okay? But on the count of 10, and we're going to keep going. We're going to do this for 30 seconds, okay? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
I'm grateful for my family.
Even louder.
I'm
Even
grateful
louder.
for my friends.
Even louder. Guys, let's go.
I'm grateful
As loud
for
as
my
you can.
face. I'm grateful for my
And
arms.
let's go louder.
I'm grateful
Stop,
for my legs.
stop, everyone. Stop. You promised me at the beginning that you would put everything into this. And I think that at the moment, you're on about an energy 4 or 5. I want to get to 10. So I want I'm grateful for my money. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my parents. I want you to go as loud as you can. Only 30 seconds. Will you do this now? 30 seconds? Let's go for it. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go as loud as we can.
Family. I'm grateful for my friends.
Brilliant.
I'm grateful for my face. I'm grateful for my arms.
Brilliant.
I'm
And just keep
grateful
going
for my
louder
legs.
and louder
I'm
and
grateful for my
louder.
body.
And all of
I'm
you out there,
grateful for
all
the
of you out there,
weather.
just
I'm
keep going
grateful
and
for
go
my
louder.
parents.
Let's go
I'm
louder
grateful
and
for my
louder.
siblings.
Brilliant.
I'm grateful for the air.
You've got 12
I'm
seconds
grateful
left.
for my
12,
health. I'm grateful
11,
for my eyes.
10 louder.
I'm grateful
10,
for my ears.
9,
I'm grateful for the
8,
weather. I'm
7,
grateful for
6,
my
5,
parents.
4,
I'm grateful for the air.
3,
I'm
2,
grateful for my eyes.
1. Brilliant. Well done. You were great. Great. Have a seat, everyone. Have a seat, everyone. Well done. Each and every one of you were totally, totally brilliant. Now, you may be saying, Mahmoud, why did you make us do that? But what I want to tell you is the secret to all of this is you need to have a huge amount of energy when you're doing all of this. That if you just look at your list and say, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that, I'm grateful for this, it doesn't work. For you to be like that lion, for you to become that lion, for you to become really powerful like that lion, you've got to become powerful as well. So that's why you did this. And what I want you to do now, and the first step to being that lion every single day, is I want you to have this list. And I want you to put it next to your bed. And I want to make sure that every single morning when you wake up, the first thing you do is you read that list. You know why? Because sometimes in life things become difficult. That sometimes we're worried, sometimes we're stressed, sometimes, especially right now with the virus and everything, and we're at home and we're not at school and we're not around our friends, it can get really tough. But the way to change that is when you begin to thank the world, you thank God for everything that you have. So this list you've got every single morning, I want you to wake up and I want you to read it. And the second thing is, your parents might not like this, but that's okay. I want you to stand up from tomorrow morning, and if they say, why are you doing this? Say, Mahmoud told me to do that. I want you to scream that list. Whatever time you wake up in the morning, just look at that list and just scream it. And if your parents wake up, say, do you know what? That's fine. That's what I've been taught to do. And your parents should be doing this as well. Okay? So not just you. So maybe as a collective, as a family, we could be doing this every single day. We could be waking up every single morning and we could be reading our list of everything that we're grateful for, and then we shout it out. Because when you start off like this, life becomes amazing. Okay? So who's with me so far? Let's have 2 loud yes Mahmouds on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Yes, Mahmoud. One more. Yes, Mahmoud. Brilliant. Okay, great. That wasn't that loud. Let's have 2 more on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Yes, Mahmoud. Yes, Mahmoud. Brilliant. Wonderful. Great. Right. So the first key, the first secret to become that super confident lion was to actually make sure that you become really, really grateful every single day. Now I'm going to tell you something else. The second secret to become that amazing lion is Let me tell you. You know, every morning when the lion goes in, and he goes and see, because every morning in the jungles of Africa, the lion wakes up. And what the lion does is the lion's job is to catch the slowest gazelle. Okay, that's what lions eat. And for the gazelle, what the gazelle does when the gazelle wakes up, it just wants to run away from the lion. So that's all the gazelle's doing. But the lion is running after the gazelle. But do you think the lion catches the first gazelle it sees? No. Do you think it catches the second? No. But the lion understands that it may not get one. It may fail, and it may fail, and it may fail. But that's okay. But in the end, it will get it. So what I want you to now know is that the key to be like that lion is to understand that everything may not go well. Everything may not go well in life. And sometimes you may fail. And if you fail, that's okay. Because what failing really is failing is just getting better and better and better. Say you're playing basketball. You can't be great straight away. So you're learning and you're learning and you're learning. What learning is, another word for learning is failure. That you're doing things all the time. And if you look at some of the brilliant people out there, let me give you some examples. So, for example, you know, when you order something on Amazon and it comes to your door, the person who made it was a guy called Jeff Bezos. And right now, Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world. He's worth about $150 billion. And every minute, every second, this man makes $250,000 every single second. But he wasn't a genius. But what he did do is he started up this little company called Amazon. And for the first 9 years, they failed. Every year, that business never made any money. Look at people like J.K. Rowling. You know who J.K. Rowling is. She's the one who wrote Harry Potter. Now, J.K. Rowling, she took her book, she took it to 11 different publishers. And what they said is it's useless, it's useless. And each and every one said it's useless. And imagine if someone tells you what you're doing is no good and what you're doing is no good. How many times did you keep on doing it? She kept on going. Jeff Bezos went on for 9 years when it wasn't working. J.K. Rowling, every single time she went, the bookshop said, the book writer said, no, that's not for us. That's not going to work. No one wants to read the story of a wizard. But the 12th publisher said, yeah, I like this book. And that was the birth of Harry Potter. So imagine if J.K. Rowling said, you know what? 3 people have said, no, it's not worth it. I'm going to try something else. Harry Potter would have never been there. And that lion every morning knows that when it goes to get that gazelle, the gazelle may run away from it. The lion may not get the first gazelle. So the lion knows that it's going to fail. But what the lion has got is the lion has got a goal. The lion knows exactly what it wants. And the lion knows that what it wants is that gazelle. So what I want you to do is I want you to understand, number one, that it's okay for things not to go right. That if sometimes you don't get that grade, or if sometimes it's not right, or if sometimes you mess up, or if sometimes just things don't go right, it's okay. Because that's how you become that lion. Because when the lion was a cub, like you're small right now, the cubs always missed the gazelles. It could never get the gazelle. But the mom lion and the dad lion said, keep going, keep going, keep going, because they were the real lions. So they told them, keep going. And in the end, because of that, what if the little lion had said that, you know what? No, I can't do it. And he stopped. What about your parents, right? So your parents are like that lion. So when you were learning to walk, how many times did you fall down? Did your parents ever say, walking's not for my child? No, they never said that. They said, look, it doesn't matter if you fall. It doesn't matter if you hurt yourself. You're going to be able to walk. And the second thing to be able to be like that superhero, to be able to be like that lion, is you need to be able to know that it's okay. It's okay to fail. But also, you need to know what you're going to do. So the lion has a goal every day. And the goal of the lion is to catch the gazelle. So what I want you to do now is I want you to think about something which you want to do in the next week. So maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you want to read a book. Maybe you want to learn a new skill. Maybe you want to become better at something. Maybe you want to start making videos and have your own YouTube channel so you can inspire other people. So I want you to say in 1 week's time, I'm going to have done this. Okay? So I'm going to give you about 10 seconds right now, 20. Just think of something really good. Maybe it's a book you're going to read, a video you're going to make. So I want you to write down something right now, something which you're going to do. And parents, please do this as well, because it's for you as well. Write down something which you want to achieve in the next week. Because right now we've got so much time on our hands. Okay. No one can use that excuse I haven't got time. We're all in a place right now where we've got so much time. So what I want you to do is write down something which you can do during the week. Okay. So just write it down. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. And also, while you're writing that down, there's a link which I'm going to put on the chat right now. And what that link is for is I don't want you to write all the different things that I'm telling you. I will send you notes on that. And also, some of you have asked, could I put on something like for a month for your kids where I could train you in mindset? So I'm just thinking about a few things and I'll share all of that with you. So just put your email address in there. And what I'll do is I will send you these notes from this talk. So you don't have to write everything down. But also what you'll get is I'll just think about what else I can do and I'll let you know as well. Okay, so there's a link in there. Please click on the link and just put your email address in there. Okay, so I hope you've done that. Now, this is the next thing, right? So we're going to get our energy up here again to level 10. And maybe last time we were just on number 8, but this time you're going to get to a 10. So what I want you now to do is I want you to imagine how it would feel already having accomplished what you're doing. So how does it feel actually finishing what you're going to do? So say you wanted to create a video. How does it feel? Maybe it feels brilliant. It feels great. You feel overwhelmed. It's just amazing feeling. Or maybe you wanted to read a book. And how do you feel after that? Maybe you just feel brilliant because now you've done it. So I want you to tell me how you're going to feel. So imagine already have finished that task and say, how does it feel? And what we're going to do is on the count of 10, we're all going to stand up and I want you to shout out for 30, I was going to say 30 minutes. No, you lose your voice. Your parents will go crazy. For 30 seconds, I'm going to get you to shout out how it feels to have accomplished what you're going to do. And parents, I want you to do this as well. Grandparents, I want you to do this as well. So not just the kids, but everyone together, okay? So make sure that you really, really figure out and you say exactly. So maybe it's going to make you feel brilliant. It's going to make you feel courageous. It's going to make you feel like a lion. Whatever it's going to make you feel like, having accomplished this, having done this, write it down. And right now on the count of 5, we're going to stand up. And for 30 seconds, I want you to shout and I want you to scream this, okay? And Uzair, I want to hear so much noise about how's it going to make you feel?
Amazing.
It's going to make you feel amazing. And then what is this? What are you going to do in the next week?
Finish the Harry Potter series.
So you're going to finish reading the whole Harry Potter series, right? Fine. So you're going to read the whole of the Harry Potter series in the next week, and that's going to make you feel amazing. So what I want you to do is in a moment, I want you to stand up, and for 30 seconds, I just want you to imagine finishing reading those books, and I want you to shout out, it's amazing. I feel amazing. I feel amazing. I feel amazing. Can you do that? Okay, everyone, let's go. 30 seconds, okay? So on the count of 5. 5, 4, 3. Are you ready? I want loud. I want really loud. I want it to wake up your whole house, wake up your whole street, make the neighbors think, what are these kids doing in here? Get your parents to do this, okay? So on the count of 5, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I feel amazing. Feel amazing. Let's go louder, Rosette. I'm louder, Rosette.
I feel amazing.
I'm louder.
I feel amazing.
Brilliant. Just keep on going.
Amazing.
Everyone goes loud as you can.
Amazing.
Everyone.
I feel amazing.
Everyone goes loud as you can.
I feel amazing.
Everyone.
I feel amazing.
Brilliant.
I
Keep going.
feel amazing.
Keep us going
I
as
feel
loud as you can.
amazing.
You've
I
got
feel amazing.
12 seconds.
I feel amazing.
10.
I feel amazing.
9.
I feel amazing.
8.
I feel
7.
amazing. I feel
6. Let's go
amazing.
louder.
I
5.
feel amazing.
4.
I feel amazing.
3.
I feel amazing.
2.
I feel amazing.
1. Brilliant. Hey, well done. Great. Have a seat, everyone. Get your pen and paper again and let's go. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing that was. Okay, so for some of you who are in Australia, you may be sleeping, but I hope that you've made enough noise to wake up everyone, to wake up all your neighbors, to wake up everyone around you. And if they say what you were doing, tell them to go on this channel. I'll keep this video here for a day. And then that's it. I'll take it off. So tell them to watch it and tell them then you'll understand and get them to do this as well. Okay. So parents, I hope you've done this. Kids, I hope you've definitely done this. And again, that energy. So every morning when you wake up, the first thing I want you to do now is have your gratitude list. And you're going to read that out. And then you're going to scream it out. And then you're going to remember the one thing that you're going to do that week. So you're focused when you wake up in the morning. And what you're going to do with that focus, then you're going to believe that you've already done it. And you're going to have that feeling and you're going to shout it out. And that's how your mornings are going to start from tomorrow. Who's in with me on this? On the count of two, let's have two loud yes Mahmoods. 2, 1.
Yes, Mahmood!
Brilliant. And one more.
Yes, Mahmood!
Fantastic, lovely. And I hope you're doing exactly the same at home. So let's get back to our lion story. So remember, if we want to be like that superhero, if we want to be like that lion, there's 4 things we need to do. Number 1, that we need to be grateful. Number 2, that we need to understand that failure is okay because the lion doesn't catch the gazelle. And now is the third one. And the third one is really, really important. You see, I wish someone had told me this as well, and I'm telling you this. And if you can really understand this, it will change everything, whether you're at school, whether you're even younger, whether you're in uni, whether you're an adult. And I want you to understand that one of the most important things that you do, that a lion does, is a lion makes a decision every day. That the lion wakes up and says that I'm going to go out and I'm going to do this today, that I'm going to do this today. And that's all the lion does. So the lion makes some sorts of decisions in its life and it lives by them. And there are 4 decisions today, 4 decisions which I want you to make in your life. And these are more than decisions, these are things which I want you to believe. Because when you believe these 4 things, then you become like the lion. So you're wondering, what are these 4 things? So let me tell you what these 4 things are. You see, the first one is there was this scientist called Einstein, okay, really, really, really great scientist and philosopher. Now, Einstein said a great thing. He said that you need to make a decision whether you're living in a good world or a bad world. He called it friendly, but I'm saying a good world or a bad world. And the first decision which I want you to make today is that you believe that this world is a good place. Because when you believe this world is a good place, then no matter what happens, whether it's the virus or whether someone falls ill or whether someone dies or whether someone gets hurt or whatever may happen, maybe you may get bullied at school or maybe someone says something to you that you don't like. When you believe it's a bad world, then you get very upset because you think that people are out to get you. But when you believe this world is a beautiful world, when you believe this world is a good world, you will always look at that. You would say, the world is good, that people are good, the world is good. So the first thing which the lion does as well, and you're going to do that as well, is that I want you to say from today, every day when I wake up, and you're going to write this down. So write this down. I want you, and when you say something every day, when you say something all the time, you begin to believe it. It starts to become hardwired in there and hardwired in there. So the first thing you're going to write down is that this world is a good world. Okay? Because when you know the world is a good world, then no matter what happens in your life, you will always think positively about that. Okay? So the most important thing, number 1, is to believe that it's a good world and everything out there is good. Okay? That's the first thing that I want you to believe. The second thing that I want you to believe is I want you to know that the world, that life, it happens for you. Not to you, but for you. So what that means is no matter what happens, whether you're having a tough day at school or whether someone's ill or someone dies or, whatever happens, that you understand that this is happening to me now because there's something better coming later. Okay? That this is what I have to go through right now to get the better thing after. So the second thing that I really wish someone had told me when I was young, and I really want you every single morning to understand this, because when you every morning can understand this, you, your parents, your family, everyone around you will have a different life. So number 1, believe that it's a good world. And number 2, that believe that life is happening for you, that everything which happens is happening for you. And if we get more time, I'll tell you so many stories about me where I thought that things were when I lost my business and I lost so much money, and when my dad died and everything, and you think that the world's out to get you, but it's not. Because everything happened because of that. Everything I'm doing now, it happened because of that. And if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. So I want you to, number two, understand that life happens for you, that everything which happens right now is happening for you. Okay. So that's the second one. The third thing I want you to know is that all of us, we're born with certain skills and certain traits and certain talents, right? So we're born with talents, skills, traits. We're born with a certain amount of things. And what some people say, and you've probably heard that saying, right? That it's the deck of cards you've been dealt, right? No, but in the past, people used to say that the things you're born with is all you can do, but it's not. But all your talents and all your skills can be developed. So you can get new talents, new skills, new traits you can build. So whatever you want to do, you can go out there and do that. If you're really bad at basketball right now, but you want to be great, someone may say, oh, you know what, you weren't born for basketball. Don't listen to them. Remember what I said about the snakes? We don't want snakes in our life. People who tell us we can't do things, we don't want snakes. We want mainly lions in our life, right? And sheep also, but no snakes. So if anyone tells you something's not possible, tell them no, it is. So the third most important thing you need to believe is that you can become anything. You can do anything that you want. You really can. So that's the third important thing. And the fourth important one, to be like the lion, is that a lion knows that when the lion's a cub, it's working so hard, it's eating all the right foods, it's waking up early, it's going hunting even though it doesn't get anything, it's being chased by other animals. But he knows that all the hard work that he's putting in is going to be paid off later. And that's what I want you to know. That all the hard work which you're putting in now, all the hard work you ever do, like all the studying you do for your exams, it's all going to be worth it at the end. So the world, God's going to reward you for all of that. And there are four really, really, really important things. Okay, four really important things which you need to make sure that, number one, you need to make sure that you know that the world is a good place. And number two, you need to know that everything which is happening for you. That even if it's pretty bad at the time, but just understand that there's a reason behind this. There's something in this, and later on I'll see this. I call it connecting the dots. But you can only connect these dots later on. You can't connect the dots now, right? So ask your parents. And maybe they had a really bad thing in their life at some stage and it seemed really bad. But then if it wasn't for that bad thing, they wouldn't have got some good things later. Ask them and they'll tell you. And that's called connecting the dots back. So understand that whatever's happening for you is happening for a reason. Number three, that your skills and your talents and your traits, you can change them. You can become anything and do anything that you want. And the fourth one, and the really, really, really important one, is to know that whatever work you do, you will be rewarded for it later. So whether you're studying for exams, whether you're writing a book, whether you're just learning something, to know that everything you're doing is good, even though you're not getting any reward for it right now, you will get a lot of reward for it later on. So there's this great story about this tree. And in the deepest parts of China, there's this tree called the Chinese bamboo tree. And what this Chinese bamboo tree does is, you know, just like any normal tree, it needs water, it needs nutrients, and it needs sunlight to grow. Right? You've done that in school, that you know that for anything to grow, it needs sunlight, water, and nutrients. So even when you give this Chinese bamboo tree, when you give the seed sunlight, water, and nutrients, it still doesn't grow. And you try again, it still doesn't grow. And on year one, there's no growth. On year two, you still don't see anything. Year three, there's still nothing. And year four, there's still nothing. But in year five, this tree shoots out the ground. And when it shoots out the ground, it grows 80 feet. 80 feet is huge. 80 feet, I was supposed to 80 feet is 80 feet within 6 weeks. Yeah, that's a real story. And the question I asked myself is, it took 5 years, right? But what was happening in those 5 years? It's the roots of the tree were being grown, right? And these are big roots. You want to be a big tree, you got to have big roots. You want to do big things in life, you got to have, you've got to be doing a lot of work behind the scenes, right? You got to be doing a lot. I always say that if you want a great life, you've got to do great things. You want a boring life, you've got to do boring things. If you do what is hard, your life becomes easy. And if you do what is easy, your life becomes hard. And I want you to know that. So next time when you're doing something and you think it's not working, understand that maybe you're the Chinese bamboo tree and you can do anything. And at some point it's all going to happen. But right now you're just putting in the hard work. So maybe right now you're revising for exams, okay? And you know that you're not at school, but you're just working away. But no, but right now these are the roots you're building. When you get into those exams, you'll smash it. You'll do so well. Why? Because you've put in all this hard work now. Okay, so that is the really important thing about the lion. So what I'm going to get you to do now is I want you to now believe, like the lion, that you can do anything. You can become anything that you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to stand up, and then on the count of three, for 30 seconds, I'm going to get you to scream and shout. And please get your parents to do this as well. And I want you to shout and say, I can do anything. I can do anything. And use those words. I can do anything. I can do anything. And they're the words you're going to scream. Because the truth is, when you scream those enough times, you begin to believe that you can do anything. You want to be like that lion. You want to find that superhero within you. You want to be super powerful. Kids, you want to be so successful. I want you to do this. I want you to stand up and shout, I can do anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. Uzer's going to scream at the loudest he's ever screamed. I don't care if you lose your voice, Uzer. You're going to go and as loud as you can, right? So on the count of five, let's do this on the count of five, okay? So we're going to shout, I can do anything. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. Let's go.
I can do anything.
I can do anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. Push each other. Come on. I can do anything. 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 I can do it. Keep going for 10 seconds. 10.
I can do
9.
anything. I can do anything.
7.
I can do anything.
6.
I can do anything.
5.
I can do anything.
4.
I can do
3,
anything. I can do
2,
anything.
1. Well done. Brilliant. Great. Have a seat, everyone. How are you feeling? Right now, you should be feeling amazing, right? You should be feeling great. So I want you to calm down now, okay? So just calm down. Get your breath back. Let me have a sip of water. And now I want you to listen to me again, okay? So I've got some really, really important things to tell you now because I've only got like 7 to 10 minutes left. And then after this, I'm going to get you to go and get changed and get your parents. And then we're going to do a fitness workout in about 40 minutes, a half an hour once this finishes. Get your parents, get changed, and come and work out with me live on this channel. I'm going to do a fitness workout for you. I do this 3 times a week. I'm going to go in the garden. I'm going to get ready, and we're going to do a fitness workout for half an hour to really, really get all this energy out. Okay, so great. So I want you to listen to me. So that was so. Do you remember the first thing was to become like the lion is we need to be grateful. The second thing was to understand that failure is important. The third thing is those decisions we're going to make, those 4 decisions we're going to make every single day. And you remember the story of the bamboo tree. Now, the fourth secret, and so this is the last one, right? I want you now to know that when the lion goes out there, the lion knows inside of him how powerful he is. Because if the lion didn't believe that he was powerful, then he would never be able to do what he does. He'd never be able to chase animals 10 times the size of himself. So everyone has power inside of them, and so do you. And inside of you, you have a superhero. And what that superhero is that, do you remember sometimes you've done some stuff and you didn't even realize how you did it? You think, wow, that was great. That we've all got a superhero inside of us. And what I want you to do in a moment is I'm going to get you to give yourself a special superhero name. So I'm going to share with you my name, but you've got to make me a promise that no one knows my superhero name apart from me and a few people. So if I tell you, promise not to tell anyone, okay? So I want you to give your name, give yourself a superhero name. And what's going to happen then is whenever things in life sometimes become a little tough, like they do, we all have tough days. What you do is you call upon that superhero name, and that superhero name comes out. And when that superhero name comes out, that's when you can do anything. But you can't be a superhero all the time. So you can't call that name all the time. It's only when you really, really need it. If any of you have seen Superman, Superman is really Clark Kent. And Clark Kent, in the day, he goes and he's in the office doing his typing, he's got his glasses on. But when he needs to be, he becomes Superman. And Superman can do anything. Strongest character out there. So I want you to think of a superhero name for yourself. So my name, don't know if I should tell you this, but I promise you won't laugh. Okay. So don't laugh. He's already laughing. He's already laughing. Okay. My superhero name is Super Mood. Okay, don't. Okay, that's my superhero name, Super Mood. And whenever I'm having a bad day, and whenever things are tough, I go and I just go to the park and we're at home and I'm shouting that name out. And what I know is when I call upon that name, I'll find all the powerful bits in me which can help me go through that situation. So maybe it's a problem at home, or maybe it's something in my business, or maybe I'm having a problem with a friend of mine, or whatever. But I call upon that name, Super Mood, and that I realize that I'm really powerful, that that's the superhero inside of me. So, what I want you to do is, I want you now to think of a superhero name for yourself. And we're going to stand up, and for 30 seconds, we're just going to be shouting that superhero name. Because what I want to make sure is that from when you, in 5 minutes' time, when this ends, okay, you've now got those secrets inside of you that when you need to, you can go and call upon this superhero and it can help you whenever you want. Who's in for that? Okay. Have you got a superhero name? Let me give you 10 seconds. It can be any name. You can change the name later. But for now, let's pick a name. So mine's Super Mood. Don't tell anyone that. Okay. Uzair, what's your superhero name?
Super Ooze.
Super Uz. Love it. Okay. So so for 30 seconds, you're just going to shout and scream, Super Uz, Super Uz. Okay. Now on your hands up like a superhero. Okay. Like a superhero. So let's do that. Okay. So on the count of 5, everyone ready? Get your parents to do this because everyone needs a superhero name. Even your parents, even your grandparents need a superhero name, okay? So make sure that everyone's got their superhero name. And whenever they need that, they're going to call upon that. Arms up like a superhero. And we're going to go for 30 seconds on the count of 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Super Mood. Let's go louder. And louder. Louder. Come on, everyone. Let's get louder. And louder. Let's stop. No, that wasn't good enough, guys. This is the one where I need to make sure that you've got your energy level up to 10. So I would like Super Mood. Shout out as loud as you can. Okay. Wake up the whole of Australia if you're living there. Wherever you are, let the neighbors hear you, let everyone hear you, okay? As loud as you can. This is your superhero name. This is for you, okay? So on the count of 5, let's do this. 30 seconds, as loud as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Super Mood! Good, Super Mood! Just keep it going. Even louder. You're halfway through. Let's go louder. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Let's go louder. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Brilliant. Give yourselves a massive clap. Clap. And have a seat wherever you are, or stand up. If you're standing, it's fine. But I want you just to really, really calm down, and I want you to listen, because I've got some really important things about how to become that lion right now. Great. So let's have a seat. Brilliant. So I have given you the 4 keys of how to be that superhero, of how to be that lion. Do you remember number 1 is to wake up every single morning from tomorrow, and you have your gratitude list written down, and then you shout it out as loud as you can. And then from there, you understand that it's okay to fail. But then what you do is you have your goal written down on that piece of paper, and every morning you're shouting how it feels to already have got there. And the third thing is that, do you remember the 4 things we spoke about? That is really important, that I want you to wake up every morning and that know that it is a good world, that it's a beautiful world. And number 2, that this whole life, it's happening for you. And then number 3, that you could develop any skills, any traits, anything you want to, you can develop it yourself, okay, every single day. And number four, I want you to know that everything that you're learning, everything you're doing, all the hard work you're doing is going to be paid off. And the next thing I want you to have written down there is your superhero name. And in the morning, let's scream it. Let's remind yourself every morning that you're that superhero, that you're that line. Every single morning, I want you to remember that every single morning. And remember, next time when life begins to get a bit tough, that something happens and you're feeling a bit weak or you're feeling like you're getting a bit stressed, because it's okay to feel that. But just understand that now you got something which you can help you with. You call upon your superhero name, and once you've got your superhero name, then no matter what happens, you will find a place where you know you're so, so, so powerful. So understand, kids, that the choices that you make every single day is what's going to. My camera just slipped. Brilliant. Okay, fine. So I want you to know that the choices that you make every single day are so important. Because if you're angry in one moment, then the next moment's also going to be angry. And the next moment is going to be angry. So the point is that whenever, for example, you be angry, say your superhero name and snap out of there. Because the decisions you make today, kids, is going to be where you're going to be when you're older. So I really, really want you to make great decisions. I don't want you to make your life about, when you ask some people, what do you want? And they say lots of money. Life isn't about money, because no one cares about how much money you have, but people care about how you made them feel. So kids, make sure that around you, you make people feel really, really good every single day. And when you do all of these things I've told you, and when you've got this superhero name inside of you, and when you can say this superhero name all the time, you will feel amazing every day. And if you do this all the time, you start thinking, kids, in a really, really amazing way, and parents as well. Now let me tell you a story before I finish. That in a faraway land, there was this old man, and this old man wanted to start a business, and he went to everyone to ask for money, because you need money sometimes to start a business, and no one would give him money. So he found this loan shark. And what a loan shark is, a loan shark who gives you money, but they want a lot more back later on, or you'll get in a lot of trouble. So he took the money from the loan shark and he started his business. And the loan shark said, in 1 year's time, I want my money back. So the old man said, okay, fine. And 1 year came and the old man hadn't had the money. So he goes to the loan shark and said, I'm sorry, but I don't have the money to give you. The loan shark said, look, I want my money, otherwise you're going to go to prison. And the old man knew that if he goes to prison now, because he's so old, he'll die in prison. So what can he do? And the loan shark said, look, I've got an offer for you. I won't send you to prison if you don't give me my money, for one reason. He said, your daughter, she's the most beautiful girl in the village. And so what he said is, if you let me marry your daughter, what I will do is I will make sure that I let you off. I won't put you into prison, but you've got to let me marry your daughter. And the old man said, no way do I want you to marry my daughter, because you're not a nice man. And the loan shark said, now I'm definitely putting you to prison. Either you give me your daughter to marry, or I send you to prison. And the daughter said, look, Dad, you've looked after me since I was a baby. You've given me everything. And right now, I don't want you to go to prison. Let me sacrifice myself and let me marry this man, so at least you don't go to prison. And the old man said, no. He said, no, I love you so much, daughter. I don't want you to marry him. And the loan shark was hearing this conversation. And he said, okay, look, let's do this. So they were standing in a village with lots of people watching them. And on them, around them, there were black and white stones on the floor. So the loan shark said, this is what I'm going to do. You see these stones on the floor? I'm going to put 2 of these stones inside this bag. And I'm going to get your daughter to pick one of the stones. If she picks a black stone, then she marries me, and then I'll let you off so you don't have to go to prison. Okay? But if you pick up a white stone, you don't have to go to prison anymore, and I won't marry your daughter. So the man was happy. He said, oh, it's 50% chance. But he said, oh, but still, what if my daughter picks up a black stone? And the daughter goes, look, Dad, I'll do this for you because there's a 50-50 chance, right? There's a 50 chance I'll pick up a white, 50 I'll pick up a black. Hopefully I'll pick up the white and then everything's fine. And if I pick up a black, well, Dad, you've done so much for me, right? So I'll sacrifice myself for you. So the father said, are you sure? The daughter goes, yeah. So daughter said, okay, fine, we'll do this. So the loan shark is a cunning man. So he went on the floor to pick up these stones. But what he did is he picked up two black stones to put in the bag rather than one black and one white. And the girl saw this. So what happens now? So the girl has three options, right? Right now, there's three options. She could either say, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to pick up any stones. And that's it. And what would happen is that the father would go to prison. The second option is that the daughter could tell all of the villagers that, look, he's a cheat and he put in two black stones. But the moment that someone abuses this loan shark, he'll send his father to prison. He'll just say, no way, if you're going to say this about me in front of people, I'm going to send you anyway. Well, the third option is the girl picks up a black stone and she marries him, right? And that's what normally would happen in life. But do you know when you do these four things every day and you wake up in the morning and you have your gratitude list and every day you know what your goals are and you shout these out and you believe the world is a good place and you understand that life's happening for you and you understand that failure is okay. When you do all of these things I've told you to do, then all of a sudden you start seeing things in a different way. That maybe there's another option. Maybe then you start thinking outside the box because you become smarter. So this is what she did. So she put her hand into the bag to pick up a stone, and as she lifted out the stone, she fumbled and she dropped the stone on the floor. And the loan shark's like, oh my God, what have you done? You've dropped the stone on the floor. And she said, it's okay. It's easy to tell which stone I've dropped. Because if you open up the bag and you see which stone is inside, the one which is missing is the one I dropped. So the loan shark, not wanting to look bad in front of anyone, he opened the bag and he saw there's a black stone in there. So the girl goes, I picked up the white. And that's how the story ends. Okay. And I want you to know that the only reason that she was able to do this was because she thought outside of the box. And today I wanted to bring all of you here, you, your parents, your families, to be able to tell you that now is the time when we need to be like this. That we need to upgrade our thinking. We're always upgrading our phones, right? They're never right. We're always upgrading. Samsung, Apple always send up updates every day. We're like that. We're always going to get updates every day. We're always updating ourselves. And that's what this is about. So I want you tomorrow morning to wake up every single morning and have your gratitude list, to write it down, to shout it. Tag me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Send me something. Let me see you doing this, right? Make sure that every morning you're waking up with your goals, shouting how it already feels. Make sure that every morning you've got those 4 decisions about the world is a great place, the world is beautiful, that the world's happening for you, that you can become anything that you want, and also you'll be rewarded. And also know that superhero inside of you, whenever you need that superhero, you call upon that superhero. So what I want you to do is I'm just going to put that link again. Click on that link, put your email address in. I'll do 2 things. I'll send you the notes from all of this. I'll write out the notes so you have this. Okay. So I'll write out some notes to give to you so you don't have to write everything down. I will keep this video online for 24 hours. You can always go back to it. Okay. And after 24 hours, I'm going to take it down. But also many of you have asked, and the parents have asked, like, can I do something for your kids for a month? So like have some sort of tutoring or mentorship for mindset. So I've been thinking about what I can do. I've got some great ideas. So I'm just going to think about it today. And I'll send you an email tomorrow, the next day, and let you know what my thoughts are. So just put your email address on that link and I will send all of that to you. So I really do hope you've had an amazing time. I've had a great time. I've got 15 minutes to get ready and then we're going to be out there. And this is a parents and kids fitness time. So I'm going to be working out with Uzair. Uzair's going to be working out with me for 30 minutes. I really want you to get your energy level up here. I want you to be just working as hard as you can. And I just want you, now that we're mentally fit, I also want to spend a bit of time getting you and your kids, you and your parents physically fit. So grab mom and dad, grab gran and granddad, whoever, siblings, bring everyone. It's a really warm day in London. I'm going to go outside. If you can go in your garden, tune back into this channel in 25 minutes exactly. Okay, 25 minutes. So it is 4 minutes past 5 in London. We're going to go live at 29 past 5, so just before 5:30. And for half an hour, I want to be with you again live, and I really want to work out with you. So please, everyone who's watching this, be there, whether in your lounge, your living room, your kitchen, outside. Let's have an amazing day. So I really hope that this has helped. I hope this has been great. I've had so much fun getting to know all of you. Please do message me on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you can, and I would love to keep in touch with you. Email me, I'll send you the notes, and I will see you all in 29 minutes. Take care. No, sorry, in 24 minutes. Take care and see you then. Bye.